What is up, everybody? Welcome to the On the Block podcast. I am here with the most recent evictee, Landry. Welcome to the podcast. How is it going?
Hi, everyone. It's going good. How about yourself?
Great. We just saw you get evicted this week. Obviously, it was quite an explosive eviction. I think at the last second, a lot was going down. And obviously, it's been almost 2 years since we filmed. So, like, how are you feeling after being on the show?
It was so much fun. I met so many fun people. Me and Vince have talked a lot. We FaceTime a lot. I love Vince to death. The show was such a fun experience, and yeah, so much has happened in my life since the show. It's been almost 2 years, but it was definitely fun experience, and it was definitely eye-opening, and it allowed me to grow not only as a game player in the Big Brother sense, but as an actual person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I know, obviously, you played, you were 16 years old. Now you're 18. So this is it's crazy. It's crazy to see you guys grow up, especially after just the show going on for so long. And yeah, I've definitely seen you just evolving as a person. It's great to see. But let's dive into just this week specifically of a very crazy week. It's the aftermath of the split house twist, and we go right into a pressure cooker competition. And obviously, you're a huge Big Brother fan, so I know that you seeing the pressure cooker must have been freaking out, right?
I was when I walked out there, I was like, oh my gosh, if I go home now, obviously I'm gonna care, but I just played the first ever pressure cooker. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so iconic.
Right.
I was so, oh my gosh, just in awe.
And then you must have been really disappointed when you were the first out in within seconds.
Literally, I don't know the exact time. I don't remember, but it was 1 second, 1.2 seconds or something.
Yeah.
So upset, so pissed, so upset. But yeah. Honestly, oh my gosh, sorry, my dogs. Honestly, I blame it on my Wi-Fi, my ability. I would have if that was the pressure cooker, IRL, oh my gosh, I would have been on that button. My life depended on it. I knew I had to win an HOH, not just for power, but for safety, because I knew that my time was coming very, very soon. Whenever I just felt the money slipping. When I saw I lost, I was like, fuck.
No,
and then 2 seconds later, Sage lost too. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a wrap. I'm going on the block.
Right. No, I believe you. I definitely know that you would have stuck it out for sure had it not been for whatever issue was going on with the server, the internet. I don't even know at this point. It's hard to tell. But yeah, so you're out within seconds. Sage gets out. It's you guys are now at the bottom of everything going on now. So it's you're kind of just leaving the fate into the rest of the house guys' hands. And while you're sitting out on the sidelines, not competing in this challenge, do you have any specific thoughts running through your head? Do you have any certain scenarios? Are you rooting for anybody specifically to win at that point?
The people I was rooting for to win I was rooting for Happy or Brayden to win, which is so crazy because I'm dolls. And then I'm rooting for the two only men left in the house.
Right.
But that's because I knew Mac and Tara, they were up to no good. Oh my gosh, their little duo, I clocked it since day one. And I was like, fuck, if they win now, I'm going up on the block.
Right. And
so I was rooting for Brayden.
In the house, while you're in the house, did you at all suspect that there may have been an alliance between Mac, Tara, and Brayden? Was that ever a thought to you?
Brayden? No, because to me, for a really long time, I was Brayden is such a non-factor. I didn't even know his name. And I was trying to have a conversation with him. I know it was shown in the third episode. I was oh, I want to have a conversation with Brandon. I didn't even know his name.
Didn't know his name, yeah.
Who is this guy? He's there's no chance of him making it far into the competition or whatever. There's no way he's making it to that halfway point. So to me, I was he's not going to be included in any alliances. And that's why I wanted to work with him really, really hard. And I know it wasn't really shown in episode 3, but that kind of kick started me and Brayden being a little bit close in the house, which kind of kept me safe the week that he won HOH. And then that's why I kept him in the split house. So this week I was definitely rooting for him to win the head of household. But to me, it's truly Big Brother. You never know what's going on. So it never clocked to me that Brayden was working with Mac and Tara. I knew Mac and Tara were a duo, but I never knew that Brayden was like in a trio with them. And I was like, I'm so pissed over the season.
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like they played me so hard, but it is what it is. It's Big Brother. So
Absolutely. So Mac ends up winning head of household, which is not something that you initially had, really wanted. You wanted Happy or Brayden to win. So now that Mac's head of household, like what's your game plan? Like what, like in that moment, do you remember really like the route you were planning to take?
The route I was planning to take, which is why I was so upset in the edit of like, oh my gosh, Mac didn't even have like a conversation with me, is that I was like gonna like play my hardest and I was gonna throw Sage under the bus and be like, if you want to get Sage out, I'm full for it. Like I'm here for it. Like, girl, me too. Like I wanted Sage out too. And I was just gonna throw Sage under the bus, Happy under the bus, be like, these are two comp beasts, like they're going to make it to the end, they're going to comp out or whatever, so on and so forth. Like if you take the shot at them, I know it looks like me and Sage are a duo, but like if you take the shot at Sage, like I'm not going to like fight you for it. Like if anything, like another day in the house for me is like, thank God, like I'm here for myself. Like only one person can win 500. And at that point I was like, if Sage goes, then Sage goes.
Right, and I think it's a great opportunity for me to bring it up as well, because I didn't even know this until while I was editing the Split House episode, which was a few months ago at this point. But I didn't even know that had Sage not won the power veto, like there was a chance that you could have led a charge against Sage in the Split House that week to like maybe we'll evict Sage. Like was this premeditated, or was this more of just like an on the spot like, oh maybe we'll do this? Like when did you kind of come up with that plan?
Whenever I came up with the plan to go against Sage was I kind of realized, and like in the game, I was like, damn, like a lot of people are coming up to me and being like, oh, you and Sage or Sage and Landry or whatever, and kind of grouping us up together. And I was like, fuck, like if people are like seeing us as this duo, if I get nominated, Sage is going to be right next to me. If Sage gets nominated, I'm going to be right next to them. But also I was kind of clocking the fact that I was like, I'm kind of playing a good game right now. And if I'm playing a good game, then like Sage probably is playing an amazing game too. So in my mind, I was like, I need to get Sage out ASAP so I can differentiate my game from theirs and also get that target off my back, because it's like, oh, you're a duo with them. Because we were a strong duo. Like we were kind of running the house like the first couple weeks. But
absolutely,
where it kind of like set up was whenever Via and Vince were on the block, I was like pushing hard for Via to stay. I don't know if it made the edit because I haven't seen the episode yet, but I obviously voted to evict Vince. And I wanted Via to stay. And that's because I was still under the impression that like the person who survived would be the next head of household. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is my perfect opportunity. I'm going to convince Via to nominate like Happy or Brayden or like Jake or someone like that or whatever, and like nominate two pawns. And then I was going to tell her and be like, backdoor Sage, like, well, like kiss of death. Like I was gonna like try and convince like Via on her own head of household to like backdoor my number one, which part of it is like maybe it's trigger happy, but I thought it was like a really good move. But obviously then I found out that like it's the split house. So I was like, damn. But then I saw I got on the side of the house with Sage and I was like, yes, like
right.
Thank God.
No, I think you absolutely lucked out, especially for split house. Like I think I think like from the producing standpoint, when I saw that you and Sage were together, I was like, all right, well, that's a sure two numbers together that are not going to vote against each other. But little did I know that there actually were cracks forming that I didn't even know about.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't say it in my DR because me personally, I don't like I hate whenever I like edge the hosts or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm going to make this move. And then I don't make it. Then they're disappointed. I'm like, ugh.
I think,
and I feel bad.
I don't really know if you said it in your DR, but I definitely remember there was like a point during the season where you did mention it in some way where you were able to validate what you had said to me while editing or something. Like, I feel like there was definitely like, it was somewhere in there in the mix. It just like wasn't obviously relevant enough to make the episode, but it would have been a crazy move. Would have been a crazy move. Another thing
in the split house, I was planning on winning power veto, using it on Jake, and then convincing Jake to like vote out Sage. But that's why it was so hard for me too. I was like, fuck, like I don't know what to do. Like vote Jake or vote Brayden. Like I didn't know what to do because I was like, I don't want this. I want Sage out the house, but
Right.
it is what it
Yeah,
is.
it's a very crazy it was a very crazy week. I mean, that was you know, like production had to step in and like stop all the fighting that was going on. It was wild.
Yeah.
I did want to jump back because you mentioned like Vince, like with the whole strat to get Via to become the next head of household, and like that's why you
Mhm.
voted out Vince. But another reason also, which I thought was really funny, and I got to give you credit for this one, was that you wanted to vote Vince out because it'd be funny because Joe said that Vince would be the next one to go. Like
Yeah.
what kind of like what is it like? What do you think that says about you as a player in the game? Because I think it's funny because that's what I think. I don't know.
Um, I mean, I don't think that that was obviously the whole reason, but I was kind of like, you know what? Like, I was the leading force to get Joe out. Like, I might as well like try and get in the good graces of like Joe and like apologize to him in a way. Like, sorry, like let's get Vince out. Like, so it was just kind of like a double entendre in a way. I was like, I genuinely want Vince out the house over Via, but at the same time, it's like kind of funny and it's ironic because Joe was like, "You're going to be the next one to follow me out," and well,
Right.
he was correct. Like Vince went.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me because like I know like you know outside the game like you and Vince are very close. Like I know that you like
Mhm.
you're both very close. So it's kind of funny
Yeah.
to me how that all happened and now y'all are just really close. But yeah, aside from that, back to I guess even back even further back to week 3, you were gunning very hard for Joe and it was obviously because Joe was a you know he was a comp threat where he was getting close
Mhm.
to winning a lot of
Yeah.
challenges. So um he was the best option I feel like for you because Happy had won safety so couldn't go after Happy.
Yeah.
So the best next option was Joe. Am I correct in saying that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
Um.
Was there anything else that like we didn't see about like Joe's game that maybe like I don't know like is there anything that you would speak on that like maybe we didn't see
Um.
as like as viewers?
Kind of just like that whole entire like situation of whenever I walked in the room and I was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know someone was in here or whatever." Um. Like that kind of like boiled up to it, and also the fact that me and Joe, like when we had conversations, it was in group settings and he was kind of piggybacking off of like what other people said and was like, "Oh yeah, I agree with that." And I was like, me and Joe never talked game, we never talked one-on-one. I was having one-on-ones with everyone. I had one with Nick, with Via, with Brayden, like all of those made the edit, with Sage, like all of that shit. Like I was talking a lot with people one-on-one, and Joe was just never one of those people. So it wasn't just directly of like, oh, he's a comp threat, which he was.
Right.
But it was also like me and Joe just like, it's not that we didn't get along because I don't hate him, but I just was not working with him to any vicinity. And I knew other people were, and I was like, I can't risk that.
Gotcha. And then on the other side of the house, we have Via, which I kind of want to talk about Via a little bit because, you know, apparently the viewers love Via. There's a big obsession with Via. I'm here for it. I love it. What drew you to Via so early on in the game? Why did you want to work with her?
I know it's so superficial, but honestly, it was just her skin. If I'm being completely honest, whenever we like sat down in the room, like while we were like waiting for everyone to join, I just looked at her and I would constantly like look over at her in Minecraft and just like nod and be like, we see each other, like we
Okay,
see each
yeah.
other. And then also, I don't know if she mentioned it, but I kind of picked up on the fact that she doesn't really know what Big Brother like is fully. So I was like, I could use that to my advantage. Like she's quiet, I'm loud, she's like passive, I'm aggressive. Like I was gonna use her as like kind of like my pawn in a way. Like I wasn't gonna nominate her as a pawn, but I was
Right.
gonna use her to my advantage of like she doesn't know the game. I can manipulate her. And not only that, but I genuinely wanted to work with her because like I said, she was a cutesy girl. Like when it comes to like someone that I like share a lot of similarities with, like we were both 16 in the moment, like all of that, like both high school students, like I wanted to work with her really bad because I was like, we just see each other, like we're gonna get along. And that we did. I mean, she didn't really talk much, so I don't know if
Right.
she hated me or not, but
No,
that was
I
definitely
think
my
she
girl.
liked you. I think she was happy to work with you for sure.
I hope.
No, I absolutely. Now let's jump back to like the current week. We have, you know, Mac obviously has this big group meeting in the head of household room. You're not in it. Happy's not there. Sage is not there. There's a lot of people excluded from it. There's like basically half the house is in the head of household room.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Honestly, I was just kind of annoyed because I was like, you're spending like all this time with this one group, and it was like one person would go in, they would talk for like 3 minutes, another person would join in, they would talk for 3 minutes, another one. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm never gonna have my chance to talk. And part of it was like isolating because I was like, it's final eight, like let's like get the ball rolling. Like, why are we like kind of excluding people? Like, if it
Right.
was like earlier on when there's like less time for talking with everyone, then I can understand that. But it's final eight. Like, we had a long time to talk. Like, we had so much time to talk. Like, the filming on this was like 20 plus hours. Like, we had so much time to talk and like have conversations. I was just kind of annoyed because I was like, damn, like she's not even going to hear me out for like not like me not wanting to get nominated or whatever. So it was just kind of annoying, especially seeing that I kind of clocked like all those people in the room are not going to get nominated, and all those people I want nominated.
Right. No, I get that. Like, what's your assessment or what's your take on Max Head of Household Reign compared to some of the other ones that we've had prior this season?
Honestly, Max Head of Household Reign is probably the best one in the house. If I like, I know it sucks to say because I went home or whatever, but genuinely, it was one of the best ones because me and Sage were like a duo or whatever. I was a really strong competitor. Sage was a really strong competitor. They had to like try and like weaken that in a way, whether by getting me out or getting Sage out. So they kind of accomplished what they wanted. And not only that, but like after I left, or I can't speak about future weeks, but like the intended purpose was like after I leave, it's supposed to like even the playing field for
Right.
everyone in competitions and social settings, because every single time I would go into a room, I would always like dominate it. And I feel like that was one of the contributing reasons on like why I left or whatever. But like getting me out was one of the best moves for like everyone who voted me out and for everyone who wanted me out, in my opinion.
Right. And do you think that Mac's initial noms of you and Happy, do you think that like made sense? Like, would you have done something else if you were in Mac's position?
I think if what I personally would have done, it's hard to say, but if I was in Mac's situation and I was like, I want Sage or Landry to go home because they're a really strong duo, I would have just nominated me and Sage to begin with. Especially because I was under the impression after I saw that it was me and Happy getting nominated, I was like, oh my gosh, it's a Sage backdoor this week. Like, never mind, I'm surviving. But after the power veto, I was like, fuck, like, no, I'm going home. I was like kind of like confused on like why she made those initial nominations, and it wasn't like me and Sage or like Sage and Happy or something like that. But I don't know. I would have nominated me and Sage probably if I was Mac.
Right. I guess the next thing I want to ask you is after Happy wins the power of veto, and then Sage obviously has this conversation with Mac where it's like Mac was definitely leaning on nominating Sage. Like that was, that was what everyone thought was going to happen. Even Sage thought that was going to happen, and everybody, the whole house. What are your thoughts on like Sage as a player being able to like convince Mac not to put them up?
Low-key Sage Giesling. Like, I don't know how they were able to pull that off. Like, I was so shocked. And especially because, like, it's like, Sage, you just, like, did all this shit, like, back to back to back of, like, HOH week 1, HOH week 3, split house, you were causing so much drama. Like, every single week, you're, like, doing so much stuff to, like, put such a big target on your back. And somehow, like, you're still not nominated. Like, I was so shocked, but I kind of like had to give props at the same time. Like, part of me knew I was like, okay, I'm going home. Like, the only person I had a chance of surviving on the block against was Sage. But at the same time, I was like, Sage is kind of like low-key a mastermind. Like, I don't know how they were able to pull that off, but they did. So, I was upset, but part of me was kind of also like, I had to give my tens.
Absolutely. And then, it's time for eviction. Well, you're sitting next to Via. Got to mention, like, that's a very unfortunate duo to have up on the block at the end of the week. It's unfortunate. We were losing someone iconic no matter what. But what are your thoughts on the fact that like Sage saved you, Happy saved you, but Maddie didn't save you? Like what are your, what's your take on that?
But Maddie, just kidding. No, I love her. Um, Honestly, me personally, I was not shocked because from what I remember, like the past weeks, the weeks leading up to this one, and even including in this week, after I caught Maddie, like whenever I walked into the room and Maddie was like, "Oh, I kind of want to keep you, Davison."
Right.
I kind of was like this bitch, like
Right.
so it was kind of like a weird like tension between us ever since then or whatever. And I kind of just knew I was like, I want to still work with Maddie. Like I love Maddie, but at the same time, I like always knew in the back of my mind, I was like, she's playing the game and she's like playing it so well. Like she does not want to work with me. Like she's kind of forced to work with me. So I was not shocked that Maddie voted me out in all honesty, because she talked about it week 2. And the weeks leading up, me and her did not really talk that much. And then that week, she literally like ignored me all week. Her, Mac, and Tara literally did not talk once with me, I'm pretty sure, from what I remember.
Right. So do you think that there was any way like that your and Maddie's relationship or even like game relationship could have been salvaged in some way leading up to your eviction? Because like I feel like had you been able to gain her trust or vice versa, like I feel like you probably wouldn't go home that week. Like is there anything that like either party could have done to like make things better?
Hmm. I think the way that I approached her when it came to like the whole Davison thing, like that, I think I could have approached that better. I think the way that I was like so dominant and being like, we need to make this move, like we need to do this or whatever, when I was kind of only speaking for myself and she like clocked that. I think I was just way too dominant and overbearing. And I didn't apologize for any of it in the house. Um, and I don't know like what I could have done. Like I was trying to talk with her. She didn't talk with me at all that week. I was trying to like make up a like I was trying to like form a deal like Maddie, like please like keep me, keep me, keep me. Like if I win head of household, you will not be going up, even as a replacement nominee, like not initial, not replacement, but she didn't even talk with me. She like did not bother talking with me
Right.
after the veto, before the veto. So I kind of like knew my fate was sealed. And I don't know if I could have done something differently, but like if there was something, then I'm kind of upset. But I don't know. Like I kind of like it was too late in the game, I fear, for me to try and form anything or do anything to like mend that relationship.
Of course, yeah, no, I get that. I think that's fair. I mean, as somebody that like was able to see all the game, I can't really put a finger on it. If I were to be honest with you, I wouldn't even know. But it's interesting just to hear like your perspective on it as well. So you get evicted, and it's I think it was 3-2, yeah, 3-2 or something like that. I don't quote me on it, guys.
Yeah.
Don't quote me. But yeah, you get evicted, and then you're silent for like a good 10 to 15 seconds, which for me, I thought like, okay, because we'd been having connection issues all day with the server. So I was like, oh God, I hope Landry didn't just disconnect here, or you didn't just like disconnect your or turn your computer off.
Yeah.
But you're just standing there, and then and then you start going off on everybody. So walk us through kind of like what was going through your mind in that moment, if you can remember.
I was genuinely just like, when I tell you this was the most shocked I have ever been like watching like Big Brother, like ever. I was like this cannot be for real. Like I was like so shocked because I was so sure that I was staying. Like in my heart and in my brain, I was like, I'm staying, I'm staying, I'm staying. Like in my gut instinct, I was like, I'm going home. Like in my heart and in my brain, like I made all of, like these deals with people this week, or like I made it like I like went to Braden and he was like, oh yeah, I'm keeping you. I went to Sage and Happy and they all of them were like, oh, I'm keeping you. And when the vote was 3-2, I wasn't shocked it was 3-2. I knew that Maddie and Tara were like not gonna vote for me in my favor. But when it was like Dia was safe, I was genuinely like because I didn't prepare anything. Like I was just standing there for 10 seconds. I was like, I don't know like what to do. Like I genuinely was like so utterly shocked because I thought I was saying, like in my speech, I was like, Via, you're going home and I love you. Like, I love you. I was so delusional. I was literally so delusional. And I was like, Via, you're staying, or Via, you're going home. I love you so much. I told her that whenever she got nominated as a replacement nominee. I told her that at the speech. Like, I was genuinely like, just like so shocked that I went
Wow.
home. I like, nothing was going through my brain of like I didn't know what to do or say. And then, well, obviously I fought the whole entire house. I got jumped on my way out. But I think it was just like, I feel bad, but obviously I think that was probably one of like the most explosive evictions ever. So I mean, at least like I have that going for me. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
But
It's definitely memorable. I think people will remember it. It was fun. I mean, especially like there are moments that we look back on, especially like right after we finish filming, with
mhm.
production, and we look back on that, but we just like immediately were like, oh, let's pull up the Landry eviction. Let's watch that again. So that was definitely something that we
Oh God.
we look back on. So I'm sure people will
Yeah.
remember that one once it comes out, because it hasn't come out yet for us yet,
Yeah.
but for the viewers it's
Yeah.
out. But yeah, do you still like? I mean, even to today, do you still hold any like ill feelings towards anybody from the experience,
No,
or no? You're completely fine with everybody
no,
now.
no. If I did, then that says more about like me as a person than like everyone else who betrayed me. Like I know it sounds like a little rude because obviously it's like your thing, but at the end of the day, it's like just a Minecraft Big Brother. Like it's
No,
for
yeah,
fun. Like obviously it's for a cash prize, and it's like I wanted that. Like I literally wanted that check more than ever.
yeah.
But like if I had to go home at the expense of like somebody wanting to win, then like obviously I'm going to be annoyed selfishly, but like selfishly, I'm like that was the right move to make for everyone who voted me out. Like I'm obviously annoyed on a personal like on like a personal level, like in the moment I was annoyed, but at the end of the day I was like I respected the move because I love Big Brother. I'm a super fan of Big Brother. And like going home like obviously upset me, but at the same time I respected and I loved the move because it was like a really smart thing to do for everyone left in the house,
Mhm.
especially like I think Maddie, like that was like the smartest thing she could have done, I think.
So, what is your kind of overall thoughts on the experience? Did it meet your expectations? Did it exceed any expectations? Like, did you do better than you had anticipated, or worse? Like, I'm curious to know how you feel about it.
I kind of did, if I'm being honest, I kind of did worse than I anticipated because I'm like a very like positive person, very like optimistic, like affirmations, like I'm going in the house, like I won, I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. And I kept like, I will never forget, like in the Power Veto competition. Sorry, I'm like kind of getting off topic, but like back in week 2 in the Power Veto competition, I just kept on repeating to myself on mute. I was like, you got this, you got this, like Landry, you got this, like you're your only chance of staying this week, like. And when my back is against the wall, like honestly, like I'm like a really like I think I work better under pressure than like not, but I think I did worse than I expected because based on just my experiences of like playing Big Brother and everything, I always make it to like really, really far, like final 5, final 4. So I'm sad I didn't, but when it comes to everything else, like it's everything I expected and more. Like I won competitions, I was playing the game, I was blindsiding, I was getting into fights, I was causing drama, stirring the pot, creating strong bonds that would last outside of the game. Like it was everything I wanted and more. And it was so like just surreal to me. Like it was probably the closest thing I'll get to actual Big Brother probably ever.
Well, great. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm curious. I have another question. If given the opportunity, would you play again?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely I would. I would love to. I think I think there's some things I really need to redeem and like me currently if me currently played it like in that season, the ability that I'm at now played then, oh my gosh, like I think I would have done so much better. But I have a lot to prove and I have a lot to redeem, but also like I think I have some reasons to come back, whether that's iconic moments or if that's things I need to work on or what.
Right.
But I definitely want to come back 100% if given the opportunity.
So I guess like since it's been so long since we filmed, like I guess like have you really like, well, you said you have like learned a lot about yourself, but like just like what about yourself like did you learn, and like would like to just like express to the viewers that maybe just like are curious to like know like what you learned from the experience.
I am obviously really hot headed. I'm a really hot headed individual. Um, also, like, for some reason, I think I'm, like, really impulsive as well. Like, when I get a thought, I'm like, don't think about it, just do it. And that's what I did a lot in the house. I was like, don't think, just do. Like, you can't, like, just act it out. Like, don't, like, think about it. Like, just go with, like, your full force. And I think that now I've kind of learned, not even just in the sense of Big Brother, but, like, in the sense of, like, real life, like, I'm a lot more calm and I, like, a lot more collected. I still fight people here and there, obviously,
Right.
but a lot more calm, cool, and collected. And also, I'm not like as impulsive anymore. Like, I think about decisions and I think about things before I say it and like things like that. So I think that that's definitely something that like I kind of saw after the season and during the season. I was like, I definitely need to like work on this and like do better. So that's probably like the number one thing. I can't really think of anything else because I'm kind of like on the spot right now.
No,
But
of course, yeah.
definitely like being impulsive and just like hot headed and like just like negative towards other people, I think.
Gotcha. And I guess were there any like like this is just a question that I just have. I'm sure many other people would. Obviously going into the season, like you've been watching the show for a few years. I'm talking about Big Brother Minecraft. Were there any like previous house guests that you like wanted to like model your game after, or like were inspired by it, or like made you want to compete on the show?
Um, Definitely the number one person. I didn't want to like model my game after them necessarily, but one person that kind of like inspired me to go on the show was probably Pepe Gucci, which I know is like crazy to say, but
Right.
not really, because obviously like I probably got into the most fights, I would assume, out of everyone. So it's like kind of holding up to
I see
itself.
it.
But
I totally see it for sure.
um evil doesn't die, it just gets reincarnated. Like,
Right.
but
People are
what's it
gonna clip
called?
that. People are gonna clip that.
um no, definitely Pepe Gucci, only because like I just love people. Like, I love reality TV and like
Yeah.
seeing someone who is like so like underdog but still willing to like fight people and like play the game. I was like, I definitely like love that. And Pepe Gucci is just so iconic. Like, love him to death. I don't even think he knows who I am. Like, probably not.
Right.
But like that's like kind of like the number one person that like inspired me to go on. I was like, he knows how to like bring the drama and like bring reality TV, and that's definitely like what I wanted to do. I said it in my casting tape. I was like, I think like what this show needs is like reality TV, and I said it in my thing. I was like, I've watched like reality TV since I was like 5 years old, like, and I'm ready to bring the drama, and that's certainly what I did. So
I think I definitely think you delivered for sure. Do
absolutely.
you have any final like thoughts about like just anything else that you just wanted to talk about your experience in the show? Because this is your platform here.
Um, Well, I just want to say, like, thank you all to all the fans. Mwah. Love y'all. To all the haters, it's really just like in one ear and out the other. But like, thanks for the critiques too, I guess. I mean, there's nothing I can really like do now because the season's already over. But there's a lot of people who are like were saying I was like playing a good game, like doing this, doing that so far. So sorry to disappoint people, but to address a couple of house guests. I just want to apologize for my actions in the house. Definitely 100%. Anything I said and did, I definitely want to apologize for. Do I regret it fully? Not necessarily, because it never would have allowed me to grow and understand now and like know what I did wrong or whatever fully. But I definitely want to apologize to anyone who feels a certain type of way about what I did or anything I said in the house. And specifically, I want to apologize for the Dolls Alliance. If anyone felt discluded from that wrongfully, I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, this kind of sounds like really negative to say, but at the end of the day, even if you were in the Dolls Alliance, I still probably would have voted you out. Vince was in the Dolls Alliance, I voted him out or whatever. So, you know, no matter who was going to be in that alliance that was superficial, then like, I'm sorry, like I still would have played the way that I played and I wouldn't have really cared who I voted out. And I'm trying to think, I just lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh.
I think you're good. Yeah, no,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's what I was gonna say is to the viewers and to everyone else and like all of the house guests and everything. I've already had this conversation before, but that alliance for me personally, it was never real, in my opinion, for like me. Like, was I working with Sage? Yeah. Was I working with Via and Vince? Yeah. Those are like probably like my three strongest connections, like the first couple weeks. But Maddie, I didn't trust. Mac, I didn't trust. Tara, I did not trust. Like those three other girls other than Via, like I did not trust any of them. So the Dolls Alliance was never really a real alliance until it came to Sage being head of household. So I'm sorry that you were like discluded from that alliance, or if I threw you under the bus and you were in that alliance. But at the end of the day, I had to use that alliance to my advantage, whether I thought it was real or not. And luckily, Sage just valued that alliance more than any other alliance in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And
So,
I mean, like you said earlier, it's just a Minecraft game show. So,
exactly.
yeah.
I think also that's another thing too is, oh, I don't want to be messy.
No, it's okay. I think I think you're being as genuine as possible when you're saying this. I think yeah, like it's coming across good.
I think personally, from my perspective right now, I still think that there's a couple of house guests who are still a little like bitter and upset. And all I have to say to you is, at the end of the day, like I said earlier, it's a Minecraft Big Brother, and this happened almost 2 years ago. And I honestly just like, I really hope that you like get over it soon, because it's really not that serious. I think at the end of the day, this is supposed to be a social experiment, and unfortunately you were either outcasted or you got betrayed, so on and so forth. So you have a right to feel the way that you do. But at the end of the day, this happened so long ago, and if you're not over it now, then I really don't know what to tell you. Like, you really need to like reevaluate, I think. So, but with all the love.
Absolutely. Well, Landry, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today and sharing your thoughts and experience from playing on the show. Yeah. If anybody has any questions for Landry, leave them down below in the comments. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, Landry.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.